Yeah.
That Levi's kid.
I know. I read that too. I just wanted to make
He's
sure.
not, he's not in the nice.
Levi?
Oh, he's just so skinny. I think I should have to. I think he's.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
You do like,
Oh, you're
Taylor, you do the Frank,
Go on.
you do like mediums and. Like. when you're
Established, like a Friday or Saturday night, say something.
Sunday night, I think. If I was doing what I should.
Oh, Canadian, I've got a meeting on Wednesday.
I'm a bit.
Yeah, Wednesday afternoon. I'm meeting.
How are you? How are you?
Yep.
Cause somebody was asking, I got a member like a medium.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
Oh.
I've got chopstick.
I know he does church, you know.
Yeah.
I know he does band, but for people about the mediums,
Right.
but.
Exactly what I was like.
Oh,
No, ten.
oh, yeah.
It was a lot.
Not yet, maybe.
Yeah.
Page.
They
I
have.
saw some videos. Oh my God, it was so fun. I don't think I came up.
Okay.
It's so great. It's like so.
I use the cash. That was
Oh.
What's that?
So they need an ATM.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Little bit.
that's the way you make it. But I just didn't, yeah.
All right, are we ready to roll? 6:04 PM. All right, and everyone that said they were gonna be here on 10, they're right, so we're good, okay. No? Any public comment? Not yet? Good. Last month's meeting. Minutes. Make a motion to accept. Second. Okay, we have a motion before, any discussion? Okay, meeting minutes from June 2025 are approved. Next. Treasurer's report.
As of June 30th, we had 1,000, no, 173,000. 173,616.80. Also on the budget versus spend, I put in, the new expenditures that we had approved, throughout the year. And, checks that were written up until the 30th. So really what will happen next month is we'll be on our new fiscal year. We'll have a new, budget versus spend. There are checks that we're still writing, now for approved items, in last fiscal year. And so that will be reflected on next month's treasurer's report. So as of now, this is our budget versus spend in all of our categories. Any questions about that?
Oh, look at that, say BSE too. How nice.
I make a motion, we approve the treasurer's report.
I will second.
Motion and support, any discussion? Treasurer's report approved as printed. Okay, next. Karen from Door Credit, sorry, that was it's from before. Now I have I'm assuming it's the results from the survey.
It is results.
Okay, yep, good guess. Sorry, everybody.
Seems from the
We
results
like it.
from the survey. they're-
You made it.
Yeah, it would, not supposed, no. And then we don't have to do anything else or follow up or anything, do we, as the DDA?
How many people? Yeah.
Like 200.
Oh, not terrible.
I mean, I think for people, they've just gotten used to not having to pay, and they just now do it all online, and, but, you know, it would totally benefit the businesses, which I'm assuming that most those for the.
Well,
As you can see.
businesses, if we don't already have
Right, I
banks, I mean,
would.
like, I would
Yeah.
switch.
Right,
I guess I wouldn't lead with this if we were trying to, you know.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see 236 votes are on here,
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's a good amount.
I remember, and I was thinking about it when she was here, Karen. MSU Credit Union did something out here quite a few years ago. I think it was during COVID, because they thought that would like increase membership. If they put it, you know, a virtual teller out here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and they were like pretty hip to the skip about it. And then it just didn't, even MSU Credit Union with this huge member base it just didn't pick up a whole lot of traction.
I mean, I know that those virtual things are really expensive to put in, so, you know.
Yeah, and she was talking about how you could like walk up to it, make a deposit and all these things, but, and someone asked like, to just door, like, can I do it to others and blah, 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 but that's so limited, and she was like, yeah, I think so, I'll have to get back, and it's like, well, that doesn't how they work, unfortunately.
And as you see, I got two other questions I didn't block off that you couldn't add, and people added too.
Yeah.
Apparently everybody likes to have my shoe. 'Cause
Yeah.
I gotta-
I didn't put that on there, someone else put that on there, and then everybody responded to that, so.
Yep.
Who is James?
We don't know, no one knows.
Lonnie, I'll do that.
I know.
We have one more item.
Okay, well, we actually should end with the Summer Fest conversation, because I'm assuming that will probably be the.
There is one more thing, do you want me to do this one first before we go into that? This is just what the signs that you guys already approved that we're gonna like put in front of. That is what they're gonna look like. We also had the sign that you guys approved to put on the back of it, the big sign that's gonna go out there. This is what they gave us of what it's gonna look like, so it's gonna be kind of like a vinyl. It's what it would be. So we had them quote us for like a more permanent, like, they call it a. What they
Like
call
a
it,
placard
yeah, like a
type thing?
plaque, with like aluminum, I think is what it is. And we thought this was too small, and then this was kind of too big. So I'm like, okay, maybe we need to go back and maybe have this one was like $500. This one was like $250. So, but this one will. Yeah, this is.
Well, because you can replace it
Yeah.
every so many years if.
Right, this one would be, you know, probably the. But it's also really small, yeah, so, I just wanted to. Bring those, cause after I saw this one, I was like, I don't know if they were thinking the whole back of the sign,
The backside of which sign?
This
the
one,
corner sign up
corner.
here where the new parking lot.
What is that measurement on there?
This one, the big one?
Yeah.
It's the,
Oh, it says to be determined.
yeah, but they filled in the entire, so
Yeah.
it's size of the sign behind it. This one is 15 by 5 inches.
Oh, okay.
So, but it just looks really
On that
small.
sign? On the sign?
It's the same thing as this, but it would be like an aluminum sign.
No, I meant, what does it say on?
But what
what
does
do
it
we-
say?
yeah,
It
what-
says funded by the Lanesburg Down Fund.
Oh, okay.
They won't say it. So I'm like, should we bring it back or we just go with what you guys?
With that, you could always replace, and if there was any rebranding and whatever.
Stick with what we had.
You stick with what we already decided.
I just wanted to make sure that if I saw it, I was like. "Oh, I don't know." I
That's
wanted to-
fine.
5 inches, that's like something you put on the back of a headstone.
Yeah.
That's
What I was
picturing,
thinking
like
too.
a,
I was thinking more a little bigger, but that's what they quoted us, so I was like, okay, maybe it gets really expensive. Well,
I would say.
I was just thinking occasion.
Any other thoughts? Everyone agree? That seems. Okay, so back to the Summerfest discussion.
Do you have that, paperwork?
Oh, I have it in there. Do you want me to just bring it?
Please. We'll get into all the details and everything about it, where we went, how it did. But to me, over that, I honestly thought we were gonna lose money. Because we didn't really have enough time to really do a whole lot of planning and everything for it, and this was kind of put together very quickly. And this is what we've come up with on this. I will turn it over to you. Well, whoever makes the deposits, I don't care. And how we want to do all this, it's just gonna be. I just think we should put in there who won the 50-50, who won the cornhole out there, so everybody knows that it was on the up and up that we have. Okay, Friday night. I don't have how much we spent on everything as far as, but this is what we did. We had 49 people attend the gate, which was $490. We had a 50-50 winner, which was our total was 185. Split, but the winner, Keith Stoneman, donated it back to the DDA. So with our gate in the 50-50 was $675 for Friday night. What I did down there, I took my liquor and beer sales from Friday night. And then we did $1,704.72. I did 5% of that to kick back to the DDA for Friday night was $85.25. For grand total for Friday is what we brought in was $760.25. On Saturday, we did a 50-50 for the first thing. Bob was the winner of $55. He kept the money. We did another one from 4 to 10, drawing at 10. Kim was a winner, and I think at that time, I think we brought in $290. So she won 145. We had
Not me.
it's on here.
Good clarification, Kim.
I thought you meant her, so.
Griswold.
You said
Kim
Kim.
Griswold. Kevin Stoneman won the other one, and then Bob, that's all he put was Bob. We had a donation of $17. Our gate was 136, I think, for 1,360. Twigs, we did 2241, donated back 112, just rounded it up to an even $200. Back to, I just figured it would be easier doing that way than trying to count the cups and this and that and everything else. But if you took the money, it basically came out to about 25 cents a cup, what we were planning on. So the gate, 185, 1850, 50-50, 385, donation of $17, $200 from Twigs gave us a grand total of $2,452 of what we did from that. One of the things, I'm just gonna get into it and just say it, and I don't care if I hurt people's feelings. This is a community, the DDA, and I think the LBCA is a community also, and the city of Langsburg and everything is a community. I do understand people have a lot of stuff going on, but I think we just need a little bit more help from everybody. Now, we did have people there, but some people, I understand you have stuff going on, this and that. But example, Thursday night setup. Frank was there, I was there, Kim was there from the DDA. Well, Kim's not even in the DDA. But we were there, we put out for people to come. We had other people show up to help that didn't have anything to do with the DDA, but they were just kind enough to come down. They brought their kids, they brought the grandpa, and everything else was there to help. I just think that we have to come together more as a group. Because this is a small town, and we're all trying to do the same thing for Langsburg, the city, the LBCA, the DDA. We have to join. Frank, you, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, and I don't care if anybody else, but the DJ I feel kind of affected us, because we were trying to do it to raise money for the DDA. You know, if you wanted to do something like that afterwards, totally fine.
Right.
Have no problem. But it's just hard when you were, collecting money for people to go in there at the same time when we're trying to get this so that we're able to give more money out to people that ask for it. It's a community. I think in the coming up in the future, we need to all join more together as a group. Advertise what we're doing, get things out there, do mailers, do this, do that. I mean, I've been brainstorming and talking to other people. One of the things, the pancake breakfast, great idea. Love it. It's been going on for how many years?
61.
Problem you have is, I think we get affected by the weather. Now, I know I'm new in here and I'm the first, my first year, I'm still getting my feet wet. I'm still figuring. But if we're gonna continue to do this, why don't we utilize that tent more? Put it down at the bottom of the hill. Let the LBCA, the DDA, let's do the pancake breakfast underneath the tent. You're gonna have tables, chairs, the whole thing. Reverse it, have the car show up top coming in, and that way nobody's gonna stay away because of the weather, because they're gonna know they got a place to go. Or even if it's scorching hot, they could sit underneath the tent, use it, and then we could just transfer over into having the entertainment and everything right there under the tent. We gotta utilize more of the things that will help everybody out.
I was even thinking we should move music in the park on Thursday. Till it's Thursday and then Friday and then.
The only problem with that, and this is just my talking, is you'd have to shut down the streets. So because I'm talking putting the tent right in Main Street, right in the middle of the street,
Okay, never mind.
and shutting it down like we do now,
Yep.
but just shutting it down till midnight or something, the next day, if the tent people come out and take it down. I'm saying, shut it down.
Like Duran does.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
shut it right down. And that way, everybody, the LBCA, DDA, everybody, we can use it. They can use it for pancake breakfast. We can start setting up groups. Who's gonna set up this? Who's gonna take down this? Who's gonna do this? We all have to join together, because look at what we have. What do we have? 10 people? If we all join our forces together, because we're all in this together to do things for Lanesburg, not just for ourselves or for our own group, I feel would be much better off. If we can take like one person from each thing and just meet an hour or so beforehand, and not even that, just to combine things together, I just feel that we could make everything so much better as a whole. This is just my opinion. I might be shooting from the hip. I don't know, but this is just my opinion on what I saw. And yes, Friday night, after I was whooped, I left. And then we had people down there, mainly her, cleaning up, doing everything else. Even after Saturday, we had people signed up to do the stuff. Well, the people didn't show up, but luckily Rosemary was there as a floater and she did it. So we got so much stuff going on, and everybody's being pulled every which way, trying to make things happen. It's a lot. And especially when a lot of people have other businesses that they're trying to run on top of this, it's a lot on people. And I think if we join forces, and then the other thing that I think, and this is just me, I think that if somebody going forward, if we were to give money to somebody for whatever reason, they should come down and be able to spend a few hours to help us out. We are giving them money for free. They should be able to, where we have an event, come down and help us. Whether it's set this up, take this down, do this, do that. This is something I'm throwing out there right now.
He's talking about like the money that
Yeah.
facades and
It
stuff like
makes,
that.
it makes perfect sense.
Like you just add that into, and we're gonna give you every facade grant, can you donate?
Or like, we've talked about this over and over again, and you're right, like with more planning, so. we really need to utilize these subcommittee groups, which sounds dumb, and I know I like keep preaching that, but the reason why is you can take Gail or someone else from LBCA, you can take someone from Lions, if they're willing, you can take someone from all these groups. And even if you met for 30 minutes and you said, okay, we're gonna get this size tent, it will cover you and you and you, like, then you have this little subgroup and we want X, Y, and Z on the flyer and we are gonna put it on stickers on the weekly, whatever. And then you run from there. If we could all be that group, that would be great, but we decided we can't all be, we already know we can't. But then it just sounds dumb, but you have people sort of, and then you take that from planning, your little planning group, and then you ship it off to whoever's your marketing group. And they put all your stuff together and have your stuff printed. It seems dumb, but the reason I think that's important is you could get your people with the facade grants. You could say, yep, this is the deal. You want a facade grant for whatever might relate to somebody you know is good at marketing, but you need to be part of this group. It meets quarterly for 30 minutes at Twilliger's or whatever.
Yeah, I think
And
you're right about
connect them.
the, like Mike's, the committee person for this. for
Planning
these
of
and stuff.
events.
And it's, it would be the LBCA, the DDA, the Legion,
The
the
Legion.
DPW, and the Friends of the Library. Those were all people that had stuff going on. That
And anyone else that might want to join that, because there was no limitation to how many people, right?
right.
So then that
But
events
that could be
group,
like one from each of that group to set what's gonna happen. And then after that, find volunteers to actually show up that day.
yeah,
And do.
Well, then
the-
you have
have
more, you have more
job.
people in each group, you can pick
But I
two
think
people from each group.
Limiting
could
it
be
to
a-
one person from each one of those organizations limits, everybody's opinions and everybody, they'll sit down and go,
This
this,
is it.
this, and this.
I'm speaking
Now we
on
need
behalf
people to
of-
do Run this,
yeah.
Yeah,
Cause I think, the one thing that I noticed that. And I'm guilty of this, I mean, when I walk into a business and there are 20 flyers. I'm not reading any of them. I'm just not going to, but it's just like the springtime festival, they have one big one. I read it every time, I go through the whole thing, they have the pamphlet, I read that from beginning to end. It needs to be one thing, and it's called Langsberg Summerfest. And then you can put the LBCA's pancake breakfast, the DDA's, music tent, you can put those little things in there, but I think it should really be promoted as a Langsberg Summerfest, especially when we have that many people doing things on one day. I mean, it's just, it doesn't make any sense to like spread it all out and have it on, all kinds of flyers, and it just needs to be all on one, and that's it, and then promote it that way. And year after year, it's like the DeWitt Ox Roast. Every year, everybody knows when it is, what it is, and nobody cares who's putting it on. It's just happening,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just think that it needs to get to where we're all working as like I said, as a
Oh,
community.
yeah,
Instead of always having like 5 things that, everybody's gotta read and they're not reading. I mean, I know I don't. And I know when I walk into all the businesses, when I went to go put our sign up, I was like, oh my God, there's like so many.
Mhm.
Like, who's gonna read these,
my window is packed.
Yes.
Of the same thing, I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, it's all going on
Yeah.
Saturday, why do we have
Yeah,
15?
and I really think that we probably should reach out to the Legion, because I think the car show, the Legion's car show and the LBCA's car show could somehow just make it one big event.
So we did sit down with Legion when we started Summerfest. And when we made our flyer, their event was on the flyer, and it was broken down per day, what was going on, and it was a big thing. And
Right.
I feel like that,
Is
I
the
have
LBCA
an
make money
idea
on the
how
car
we
show?
could tie them possibly
Sure.
to here.
Cause I wondered in the past, is it a moneymaker, the car show, or is it just,
For the Legion?
added
For what?
for the LBCA?
Well, we're actually.
This was
donating-
this is actually the first year that we did it as an LBCA because it was looking less community outreach. I did it before.
Okay. So it's a
did they
learning
make
curve for
money?
everybody.
But it is
Was it
hard,
money maker
this
for
one
him?
now is
Yeah,
totally
it's
ours, it's ours. going forward, is nobody else.
Well, now that the
And we're
Legion is-
donating some of the money back to the community, so to PALS and to,
Labor
first-
Cares
yeah.
Fund. Was
Because
what we
now that the
decided.
Legion, or the Legion is doing a burnout. I thought it would be great out, because people miss the burnout, and it would be great to have the car show down here and then the burnout down there. Or maybe do the cruise again and then end out there for the burnout. I mean, just so that, you know, I mean, I know they're kind of out there, so they want, you know, people in their bar too, and going out there, and if they did the burnout out there. And, you know, did the cruise and ended up there or something like that. I mean, just so, but they, you know, that's a fundraiser for them also, and it's a big thing for the Mike Murray car show, and I just, I don't know how we can convince them to, you know, combine with us, making it, you know, seem like.
I have an
Better
idea. So the Jeep Club, you know, came to us and they said they want to do something. What if we convince them to line Jeeps all the way to the Legion? That sets there, that kind of leads people
Right,
and connects it. You don't necessarily have to block off the road, but it would kind of set
yeah.
Yeah, visual.
a visual.
Yeah, I mean, and this.
And
is all
then
stuff
I
we
would
can
like
pay
to
for
get-
them.
I would like to get one of those pedal things so we could pedal
Oh, yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
From this side to their side.
What pedal thing?
It's a party.
Oh, the big.
You get on it?
One of those.
Party travel.
Gail's using her leg. Dancing up the storm.
It would be kind of cool to do that if that's a possibility.
And I
That's
think we
super
just need
cool.
to get their committee to sit down with all of the other committees and really, you know, talk it up, because I know they're, you know, out there and they like their little groups and their, you know, people that are
Well-
Legion members. But if we can make it so it's more about community.
Well, could you have like a Jeep meetup here? Like
Yeah.
that be part of this deal, and then the car show out there? And then sort of separate it, like still be cars, but it be a Jeep deal here, cause
Yep.
Jeep people love their Jeeps. You somehow,
Well, we can do some kind of contest and they have to park their car.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Kind of
then,
prizes.
I think that's a great
You
idea.
mean only have one car show?
No,
Yeah,
have a
the
car show down here,
Legion.
so.
Yeah, we just like try and
You'd have like a
Combine
Jeep
them.
show here, and then like a car show there.
We'd still have the
Uh-huh.
car show down here too, and.
You can do whatever you wanted. You could have
You're
a
not
car
saying
show.
stop the other car show, are you?
No, I
They
think
like
like
join-
yeah,
Join them.
Yeah,
come
yeah, that's what
together
I'm
with
thinking,
it,
yeah.
yeah. And I mean, the burnout is always been, it was huge down here. That brought a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
down here.
Oh,
About it.
That's what I used
Yeah.
to, that's what I used to do.
That's
there.
why.
And it was bad.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I ain't
Panic
doing it.
attack.
I ain't wasting.
Well, but I just think it brings people too, people that might not even go to the car show would go to the
Well,
burnout, you know?
100%.
My other thing that I've been thinking about is, this is just me flying off the wall again, I don't know, but if we were able to move the tent down into the area, utilize it for everybody. And then we could also have better control of the people coming in who are just standing out watching. And maybe, just maybe another little, we don't charge people. We let them do it for free. And then what we do is we get off our asses and we have people and we sell raffle tickets. Cause everybody, and we do it even before, kind of like what the Lions Club does. You, people love to do raffle tickets and with an opportunity
Or
to
even
win
donations.
some money.
You know, have
Exactly.
donations too.
I think we should go. I really think we could.
We could,
I think you could get a budget together and figure out how much money we have to come up with. And I think we could do it.
but this is something that one group cannot do. It's gonna take everybody working together to do it, I think. And this is just something, we got a little bit of time, we got time to think about it. But these are just ideas being thrown out there of what we can do to continue to be like some of the, like the DeWitt Oxrows that's been going on, and everybody knows, like you said, when it
Yeah, it'll
is,
become a
what's
thing, just like our
happening.
springtime festival.
This
Everybody knows
year,
when it is,
this
same
weekend is
year.
Bat Fest.
I
They
mean,
just threw that out there.
they do a soccer tournament that they have over there for it, all different ages and stuff. I don't know if the soccer club would want to get in something like that, to do something along those lines, or they have a lot of different things. They have adult, all this different stuff around there. and it just brings people in, and then we all join together, even with the Legion, the Jeep Club. Maybe we could set up a terrain for the Jeep Club, so some of those people can go out, people can watch the Jeep climb up rocks, go over the logs, whatever, different things like that, just to get people into the town to see what's going on. This is something to think about. This is just shit that I've been thinking about, stewing about, so we can just go from there.
So if we don't have to do wristbands too, it eliminates some of this stuff that we have to do in volunteers. If we can figure out how groups can help do some of the other stuff, it's gonna make it a lot.
So a lot of people at the end of the night, for Friday night anyway, weren't paying.
Right? It was too
Yeah.
hard. It's too
Yeah.
hard to control.
It was hard to control.
And we're not gonna police it. Hey,
Right.
excuse me, you know.
We were
and that-
trying.
Right.
I had a
You're not
Bouncer.
gonna chase somebody down.
No.
"Oh, give me your money right now."
No.
But when you're in an open area where they can walk in from any direction around. I mean, the city, I thought, did a good job, at least going half of it, roping it off, but people were still coming in or they're standing out watching it. To where if you didn't charge.
Right,
I mean, the bands down there were absolute fantastic.
yeah.
But I'll be honest, the best band were the kids.
Yes, they were awesome.
They were, if you got a chance to listen to them, those kids were
I would
amazing,
make them a,
they're
amazing.
come to fall.
I think they should have their own time.
They were
an
absolutely
hour.
amazing.
Right now.
Was the kids one of the ones who went live? Or
No,
was
I
it-
did, it was the parents there, and that was
Okay.
the Global Village, they've been
I was
together
trying to keep up
35
on
years,
it.
so Global Village did not disappoint.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
they were
awesome.
good. But the
Your
kids
son-
is what got me, was like,
I
holy
enjoyed
cow.
that thoroughly.
They were just.
They were so good.
Yeah.
We're talking about Rosemary.
This is why I
Sorry.
think it's
Oh, yeah.
important to have
Yeah.
like groups. That's why I think it is.
We are a group.
I know, but I mean like, because then you could say like, okay, Amanda, you're not on events group, so you're part of this, you're gonna do this on the day. Or because there's so many good ideas.
Yes, and that was me here doing all the advertising. Completely forgot to put $10 that it was gonna be a cover, like until the day before. I'm like, oh my God, nobody told me, cause I'm doing it
But
myself,
everything was so rushed too.
Yeah.
But if they
It's a
put
lot.
together a flyer at events, or you had some subcommittee of marketing.
Yeah.
And then there's all these little people who are like, you're in charge of going to the post office and finding out how much, like.
Yeah.
Then you're breaking it up. You did 99% of this.
So what we got right now, correct me if I'm wrong. We have the Summerfest.
Yeah.
Correct? And then we have the Winterfest, is that correct?
We have a
In the
fall.
fall.
We have a
there.
fall series, but it's.
What is the
meeting.
fall series?
We're gonna go
Help.
around whenever your Blues Fest is, we're gonna go a couple weeks after that. And we are not getting City Bass this year, we probably will get her next year, but not this year, but you know how we normally let up until
Well, I-
October.
Right, I'm talking about like an event where we shut down the streets and all that kind of stuff.
Springtime Festival.
Well, yeah, that's Lions
Right,
Club and
right.
everything, which we can still do stuff, but then we have the Summerfest and then we have the Winterfest.
Mhm.
Where we basically shut down the streets, and those are basically for the DDA, LBCA city, which they do everything for everything, so. That goes on, but for the DDA, the LBCA, the two are basically the Summerfest and the Winterfest. Is that correct? So that's where we have to come and focus, bring everybody together so we can, like Kim was saying, advertise everything for everybody. And put it out there on a great big huge that people will see, put it on the new marquee when it gets up and going. Maybe do,
Yeah, then we could have reached out to the chamber and, I mean,
Yeah.
as long as we have it on the calendar, we can start early, because, it just is automatically gonna be that weekend, and that's. We're hooking it into the pancake breakfast, it's been around for a long time, so people know about that. So it's just getting them to know that every year we're gonna have the Summerfest, that's gonna be everything, And I mean, that's, it'll take probably a couple years for people to go, oh yeah, that's this weekend, but I just think, that I think we start out with one person from each one of those to get it going. And then do all the other things that need to, and that those people can sit and. Go through like, okay, we need this, and this, and then.
And you
first-
mentioned, like, I don't know what anybody thinks about that, but not doing Friday night, just doing Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we have to have the 10 up, so that's another thing too, like, we could just do that's it on Friday night, we do one band Friday night.
And then the
just
big
keep
deal
it
on
there,
Saturday.
and Saturday's everything.
And when you say share the tent, you mean like we would put it in the middle of the street and then move it? Keep the
No.
band, put the
Leave
band
it.
there.
No,
We got
Right
the
up
big
after
barricades,
pancake.
they got those big cement blocks.
Yeah,
They don't have to post, they can just tie that tent right off to those blocks, leave it right there. Let the pancake breakfast be underneath it and everything, and then we'll still have enough time to clean it up. We could probably work with the connections, like Gail got them to hold, we could probably do stuff in the connections. You might even be able to do stuff across weather, and the dance studio. There's a lot of places that you could use. And the only reason why I'm saying is to put the tent down there rather than at the top of the hill, because that is where you have your bars,
yeah,
tanks, twigs, 2 dots.
100%.
They're all right there, and we just reverse it. Now having the car show come in at the top of the hill, where they sign in and they line up. From the
And then
top
at night
down to
have
the
the
bottom.
bands.
And then at the
Under
bottom
the
of the
tent.
hill, we keep the streets closed. And we leave the tent and we use it for the breakfast on Saturday morning. We just clean up from that. Everybody work together. We got the tables and everything right there. And then we just carry right over into the bands. We got the electric and everything down there that we could use. So that way, we're also confining it in the area where people can't just walk up, walk in or whatever. So now you got it in kind of like into a confined area. That's my suggestion.
It's easier to place down there.
I think that, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And then you would like close that off like what at Railroad or,
Well, you'd have to
Or
close it
whatever
off
you
like,
have.
we basically close it off the way it is right now.
cause the only downside to Pancake, and I hear people who aren't from here, is parking.
Yeah.
So if you pushed it a little bit and you left some of this open up here, except for car show, that wouldn't work, would it?
Well,
they're
there's
gonna have to
parking down
deal with
there.
it anyways on the parking.
you got more
We get
parking
it at every event we have it.
down there now,
No, I
and people can
understand.
also still park at the school and walk down like they do now. They walk through, you can also park them back where the tent is right now, in that grass area right there. They can park back in there,
Yeah, it's a
you
good
know?
Mhm.
But that's just a suggestion. I'm
I
not
think it's
saying to
smart.
go with
I
it.
really
I'm
do.
just saying,
a great idea.
Mhm.
because honestly, I
Should I be
think
writing this
because
down?
hidden back there.
I think with Saturday, the weather, the clouds, I think it kept a lot
It
of
was
people
supposed to
away.
rain all day.
I
you
think it
know?
kept a lot of
They just
people
kept
away
saying,
from the
"Stop
pancake breakfast.
Like, what in the
Where if
world?"
we figured out a way where we could set everything up behind or, I don't know how much heat kicks off there, cause I never did it. But I don't know if you could set the grills on up underneath the tent, or if you wanna do it on back. of the tent.
Just outside.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I've never did it. I have no clue.
Well, good, I'll call you next year.
But there's plenty of. There's plenty of real estate down there. And then what, could the DDA do like a Bloody Mary bar?
Sure.
Something simple, just like one drink, like
Make a signature drink.
something wild like that, something just where it's one thing and we're
Well, and
selling.
the bars
I
can also
know.
have little stations right outside.
Well, I was thinking that too.
I know a guy,
To do like.
he owns part owner and a thing called, is it called Colana Ice?
Oh, Kona Ice.
I know. how-
Yes.
And he has mentioned before that he would love to come down and do like the frozen drinks
Uh-huh.
right out of his truck.
That's
You could have
awesome.
a little thing right there. I have no problem with that. Something along those lines and say, okay, you do it, but you gotta give back to the community. Doesn't have to be DDA, doesn't have to be LBCA, the community,
So how does that work as far as like social district and stuff goes, and you guys, can Kona Ice come down and like pour me up a slushy and I can go and.
We'd have to
get a
find out.
shot?
I honestly don't know.
How would that work?
I think you could, if he was doing the slushy and you walk into the bars and get a shot, it's still a mixed drink, it's not, you can't do shots.
And we could
You
give,
can't have a shot. in
No,
it.
but I mean, like, how would Kona sell a, alcoholic drink
They will,
Right.
we'd have to liquor license.
So that's what I'm thinking, that the logistics of this would be like, I would just go and buy from them and we would get a little trickle back on that. And then
Yeah, we know the cop around here, we'll just get our own
Yeah.
little bottles of booze. Yeah, there you go.
Dan saw there was no issues at all with the social district, everybody was, the only problem we had was people coming out of the back of the bar, which I may be changing the social district. Yeah, after I put the big huge sign on the back of it,
Oh, come on, I was in a hurry.
but I think I may, change the social district to cover that street right there and then just the back of the bars. Not parking lot, but just the back of the bar, so people can walk out the back door, because it's just natural to go there. I caught myself 3 times doing it myself. I'm like, crap, I can't do it. Why do I do
Just
that?
can't.
Also, I mean, we may just change the,
I honestly think a big money maker for us would be a raffle, but I don't think we should go to the extent of doing like a golf cart or something like that. I think people would like money.
50/50s are.
Or just, you're gonna sell 10,000 tickets. Okay, or whatever, I'm just throwing this out there, and we're gonna give away $5,000 of that money. So we're gonna give away,
You could start selling them beforehand.
exactly, you can give away, the
Yeah.
first winner gets $2,000, then somebody gets 1,000, until you get, however you wanna do it. But this is all the tickets you're gonna sell, this is it, when we're done, I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm gonna say that I suck at selling tickets. I would rather go for some corporate sponsorship for some part of
You
it.
don't have, you got the gift of gab.
I know, but I'm just
So-
saying, I'm trying and I don't sell very
One
many
or the
tickets, but
This-
I can
this-
convince people to give up their money.
This is just something that we can just think about and think, when it gets closer, like even for Winterfest, we can start selling tickets. That I think people would absolutely love. You could sell them at the bar, you could sell them at the restaurant, you could sell them
I can tell
anywhere.
my customers.
It doesn't have to be one or the other, I don't
That's what
think.
the Legion does. They
You
do,
both?
they do those all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Every Legion ever gets a packet and they sell.
Right.
Bring them back and they draw. they have a
Everybody's
date on
got
it
a
when they're gonna
stick of
draw.
how many, and then this is the numbers that they sell, and if you combine the DDA, the LBCA, whoever. And everybody has theirs, and we just go out and sell them. I mean, shoot, half the time I end up buying them all myself, cause I wanna try to win. Only won one time in the last deal, but
I wanna go back.
I want a
and
bird
so-
feeder.
I understand. We aren't saying stop Friday night though and just do one night, right?
I don't think
Doing
it's 10
stuff-
because I think
Yeah,
the
I
10
think
has to
because
go up.
Thursday and Friday and Saturday, they're like. we'll
The
still
only
do the-
thing might be hard, might be a Thursday.
Well, but we do music. in the
Yeah,
park
I'm
up here.
saying, but
We'll
you-
just keep it up
right.
here and
Yeah.
just
Yes,
still say it's a series.
Yes.
Yeah, so people outside of here think of it as.
and
an
then we can
off-road
just
or a-
utilize everything down there and up the hill for the car show. You can still do all the things for the kids. Kids love the bounce house. I
Could we
can't
do this-
believe how many kids in the face painting,
Mhm.
they
It was
just
good to
love
have more
that.
people here. It was a
Right.
big ghost town. As soon as the cars left, it was like,
Mhm.
where'd we go? We're like, oh my God, we were trying to keep them down here and.
When we
Yeah.
apply next year for that date for the Thursday, could we maybe include the amphitheater that day for the social district? She said that's.
Oh, yeah, we can amend, I can amend it anytime we want.
So, just a thought, and this is gonna affect you guys more than anybody. What if, since it's a ghost town after the cars leave, what if we truck to the lines and see if they wanna do a spaghetti dinner like at 3 o'clock to keep here?
Or chicken dinner or something.
I was thinking that
Something.
too, that maybe we should reach out to the Lions Club and see if they wanna be a part
I
of
just
it.
don't know what that would do to you guys.
For me, honestly, that would free up because you're still gonna sell your alcohol and hopefully you still be busy. And it will free up on your food.
Yeah.
Where your bottleneck is. Everybody knows food is your bottleneck.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't be a problem. And
No.
some people, they might be like, well, let's just go into the bar, get something to take out. You can have that. I'll have the spaghetti or whatever you do. It's a win-win because you're utilizing the tent. Anybody can go out there and use it.
So I did actually try to get the Lions, not this year, but the year before, to do a cornhole at Bates Scott Park. But it didn't, because in my mind, I'd like to keep growing into the fact that we would include the other park.
Yeah, that's
And-
hard to do, just to.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that, and so.
Let's get a carnival out there.
Yeah.
Big one.
people are gonna get
in their
cars and go there and
then come back
Well, so in my mind. It's kind of scary up there, but back in the day, we had a lot of people having garage sales that weekend, and there was a lot of people walking around our city. I wish we could get back to that. So, I
You can.
mean, huh?
You can.
I know, but I'm saying, and it all could happen. I just feel like it just has to be progression, and I feel like the big thing for me is to get the Legion kind of somehow roped in where it feels like it's part of it.
Yeah, I do too. I think they'd be a good addition, and I think it would be our first step in getting them involved even more with other things, because I just feel like they are out there and they stay out there and.
They like it though.
Yeah, and it hurts them too. It really does. I mean, they're trying to get that parking lot redone and we are so far from getting there because they don't. have
The only
enough
smart
people.
thing they did was put a great big huge cement slab in the middle of the parking lot so they could do the burnout and stuff on it.
And that, I mean, that, if we could promote that for them on Summerfest, they can make some money out there on that and help with that parking lot.
And as far as keeping people down here too, we can block the road the whole day, right?
Mhm.
And, okay, cause maybe the bounce house, I just feel like when I was working, I was like, oh, that's right, we're doing a bounce house. It was like way in the back.
Right.
Nobody could
That's
see it
why
off the
it's
road.
it's the same thing with the tent. I mean,
Yeah.
even if people were driving through town on Saturday when the road's
Yeah.
opened, they were driving through town and nobody even.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
you're
look over there.
digging
you
into
don't
the
know what's
ground
going
and
on,
like-
'cause it was a ghost town.
Yeah, I think that would keep people out here. Like, oh,
Because
they
a
see
lot
some
of
fun
people that
things.
come into town that don't know what's going on, even when I do the blues, they come in, what's going on? They stop.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even know this was going on.
Yeah.
You always know what's going on when the road is closed. Like I
Yes,
always
yeah.
put it together, what's
Right,
going
yeah.
on. One thing I wanted to say, and you're not gonna like this, I don't think, but when I was like a newbie here and I didn't know like what the regular like activities were, the banner thing really helped.
Oh, the big banner that used to go up for the.
Consumers.
Right, the.
Oh, you
used to
couldn't
say
even
PNC
find it.
breakfast and-
Get consumers listening.
They can't-
What about like on a building though? Like, could we get one like
Tanks.
on tanks and then one on like the side of the hardware without doing
We
damage or
got the
something?
sign of, we got the sign of out in the seals, it's actually made to put sign.
I haven't, and like, I think because there's always I think because I'm used to seeing the sandwich board or whatever you call it down on the end, I don't even pay attention to them anymore. Because I think I just always think it has the same thing, but I know it doesn't. When we put the thing down here, that I always see that if I drive by it, then, when it's sitting out. But the banner thing always reminded me,
Yeah,
oh
'cause
crap,
And it's up there over.
Yeah.
It was like a month before it.
a long time.
Yeah.
It just got all sorts, I mean, then you just jot it down. So that's, I think, some of it too. That there are probably we all assume, we all know, everyone here knows it's Lanesburg, it's a small town, but how many
Yeah.
times do people ask like, where do I take my brush?
Yeah.
Is there a, like, yeah,
Yeah,
we think it's obvious.
yeah.
We're-
Well, that's the same thing with promoting it. I mean, I promoted the heck out of it without being too annoying, but I went to I joined every single community page, which I. Whatever on that, but like every town that's around here, I joined all of those so that I could shoot that stuff there all the.
And if you
every
had
week,
like
every
the
day.
marketing group was put together, someone could be in charge of social media. That would be their job, and
Yeah.
someone would be, you would at least be able to split the stuff up amongst bodies.
Yeah.
And whatever those people felt comfortable doing.
Yeah.
But I do think no one knew, like, I tried to share that, did everyone see the?
I know,
DDA
when somebody would
post?
say, well, what's going on? I'm like.
Oh, I saw that so many
It's
times.
on the community.
So,
page.
like,
I shared that customer of yours, like, well, is it on the?
Oh, yeah.
Page? I'm like, every day.
I think you did great. I mean, and I saw you sharing, I was trying to share,
Well,
trying
I'm
to share it.
wondering if the next time you send something like that out, then you each have a responsibility to make a comment, because it's,
Yes.
that's how all the crap
Or
works.
we figure out who's running that site and have them tag it to the top.
Yeah,
So-
something.
Yeah.
So it's a
That
feature.
just-
Well, I
Yes.
think
A
by-
pinned thing.
I'm
'cause
quick
it's
enough
so
that
important.
like 4 of them
stopped making it so that they had to approve it. I just got out of the approved, so they were like, okay, we're done with her, we're just gonna let her post whatever she wants.
Well, I think all that stuff is important. If you don't know and we can each like it, share it, and then we can get 5 people to like it and share it. It sounds dumb, but that's how it gets on our feed.
I mean,
Here's
I
an
think
idea.
you're supposed to post every 2 hours.
Right.
Here's an idea, and you can make it a contest. If you
I
share,
do it twice a day.
you put your name in for
So 2 weeks.
something.
Yeah.
Because
there's
it's gonna make
have
everybody
ideas.
it's gonna make everybody wanna share it to get somewhere.
So
That's what we're finding out. We found that out with LBCA. If you
There's
share it, it gets
There's little
us back.
classes you can take to like teaches you all the crazy stuff you got what you have to do.
I did. but
That's
I-
what I'm saying.
Done.
Oh, sorry.
I would have-
Thank you.
Oh, no, Lions too. I think the Lions do a really good job with their arts and crafts. And it is learning every year to the fact that sometimes they don't have enough room for that. That and some kind of food from them would really, if they could do that and some kind of food, it would help in the afternoon.
Like, even if
Yeah.
food truck.
I think it was kind of a sad row.
Right.
What, the art?
Right.
Yeah, what?
The, it, well, it was.
Yeah, we didn't have any farmers
Yeah.
market at all,
Right.
not one of them. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really
I know, I
was
told my
artwork.
customer, oh, there's farmer's market and craft
There's no
stuff is gonna
farmer's
be down there, and I was like,
Nobody.
then I
signed
walked
up
down
again.
there, I was
With
like,
that one farmer's market.
For Thursday?
No, for Saturday.
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 Yeah, it was all business and
Yeah.
art walk and the recycled.
Was the
Yeah.
We
artwork
really have
before?
this dead spot, so if people wanna hang out.
Art walk, Must be Saturday too, right?
I mean, I did.
Yeah.
What,
20
There was
down.
nothing,
It was
yeah.
26, I think, people.
Yeah,
26 foods total with the business.
There was
expo or-
13 recycled and I think there was 13 art and then 6 in
this is
business.
a expo. And that was actually second year of bringing it back. And I did get some that were from out of town.
And
So-
the recycle was the first year too. I mean, there were some pretty cool pieces there. If you looked at
Where
it,
was it?
right,
Alright.
right,
Right down.
Right here.
But,
On this street, okay.
I do wanna move the car show up here, that I wanna really change that. I think that was definitely, I think if we do that, we can make some big changes.
Well, you could also put the art business stuff on the front row.
Yeah, I think the closer and more together you
Yeah.
put things, that way, it
Yeah.
makes way more sense.
The only
problem
reason
with
that
the
I was
Roosevelt
trying to do
Row
it was
is
because I
that-
thought we were gonna go into the park. And
Yeah.
have more in the amphitheater, and that was my thought, is that if we could get people to the park.
Yeah.
And have activities like sand volleyball and, you
Yeah.
know, pickleball tournaments and stuff like that, that's really, and we got a beautiful park.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I think if like the whole growth thing works, eventually
It'll be the whole.
you can, yeah, if you have this like constant flow of things, but as soon as you have like a dead space in between there, people kind of just like, nothing, this is it.
Yeah.
Even if there is.
And there were
more.
people from out of town. There were people that were not from this area. There,
We got
especially
some
the kids that were at the
from,
bounce, some of the kids at the bounce house, those people were from out of town.
and our juggler is gonna be on TV on the Food Network
Yeah,
tonight.
worst cooks.
The worst cook in
Yeah.
America in London. He shot it in
We're
London.
showing up
And he
grilled.
pulled the thing. He's funny.
He was good, we
Yeah.
watched it,
On
the kids enjoyed it.
All right, so are we done?
So bottom
I
line, did
think
we break even?
No, we lost. money.
Entertainment at?
No,
Once-
because
once-
that, we have all these, we now have, if, that's why it's important to, we
Right.
got this going, written down, how much the stickers were. We talked about how much it was for a cup, the cup and the sticker, like, we need to sit down and figure that out, if we're only getting 25 cents back. And our cups cost 24, maybe we have to think about like how that works and what we're gonna do so that at least the whole idea is to make money, right, at some point.
Would be a fundraiser.
Right, so,
Well,
um.
Just say. That. Even when the burnout was down there and we did the tent. and we had a beer tent and we sold draft beer and everything. I was happy to break even because most years you did not.
So maybe,
Because by the time you pay for the tent, you pay for the beer, you pay for your cups and everything else. You know, you're happy if you break even. But the problem that I had was, why am I putting all these hours in if you're not getting anything? This is why I feel that if we don't charge, we really gotta hit the 50/50s because you can sell them before, you can sell them during, you can sell them right up to a certain time. And I think you'll get more money because, sorry, but the Lions Club, that's where they get their money. Is the 50/50s, that they're not 50/50, the raffle.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with that too. And it was a big deal when the band announced, hey, there's the raffle, do your,
Oh, yeah.
we had some, because people didn't even know we were sitting there with a raffle. I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
They did the same thing and Rosemary had a bunch of people running up there when she was up there, just coming
Yeah.
up and buying them. But I
Mhm.
think if we're out in advance
Yeah,
as a group, selling to people, you can sell them right down there at all your events down there on Thursday night, movie in the park, you know, we can
true.
come down. And I know enough people that I could just say, hey, go help me. And also I want to tell, well, not so much Kim, but it was Kim and who else helped Andy down there Saturday night?
Jeff, it
Yeah,
was Jeff and Andy who cleaned up on Saturday.
that cleaned up. I mean, I had people sign up to go down there
You out there?
at 8 o'clock. At
Yeah.
8 o'clock down there and I go down there at 7:40 and I'm like, everything's done. What the heck?
Well, I told him,
You
he
know?
goes, everything's cleaned up, I'm like. That was
Hey,
fast, I go,
hey,
"Oh,
Mike.
you had people coming, he's
Hey,
like,
Mike.
well, it's done, I'm
I
like.
told you I was getting it done.
Good for you.
You said I had to sleep in, so I did.
But it was nice. It was nice.
An electronic form of payment will
Yes.
be very.
Oh, yeah.
Venmo or something like that would be.
Even with the
Yeah.
50/50s, you can do that, like if
Yeah.
somebody's at the table.
There was a
Venmo,
lot of people who
QR
did not
code.
have cash.
Yeah.
They didn't know that we were charging.
And then Train Tanks was, their machine was out of order, so everybody had to go to the gas station,
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was sending
gosh.
But yeah, you're right. Electronic form would be great.
Yeah,
But this is
yeah,
something
some
that we
Venmo
can
account.
just start thinking about and
Yeah,
get
QR
ready.
code, yeah.
Because we can make this big. We can make this huge, really. But we just all have to come together, work together and get things and we can make it like any other place that has it.
Yep.
But it's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but I think we can all get it done.
I think, Global Village, I think brought some people out, I think they, people know them, and keeping a band that's known is a good idea. I mean, I just know people only came, well, for them too, there were people there that are
That-
followers of that.
And
We all
August.
sang at the same time in that tent. I was so in love.
Yeah.
And he said, you guys, you're the greatest. I don't even have to teach you how to do it.
Right.
But I
They
think-
did plug us Friday, that Friday before. They gave us some very good plugs over at Hazlet, so they had a huge crowd, so that helped us too a little bit too, that the band kind of plugged. But it was
Yeah,
kind of
that's
nice, and a lot of people are watching our town, and just wanna let you guys know that I've got a good vibe from a lot of people in other towns, they're watching what we're doing. Because
Well,
they
that's
don't
another
have-
thing is to have somebody that goes around and takes pictures and videos and all that. I'm like, I'm horrible at that. I was like, oh my God, I am not taking one picture of the entire weekend. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, is there anybody else on here that did? So, just so that you can put those out there for the next year. Like, this is what we did, this is what happened. I feel it there. That's my kid. I don't have any pictures of that either.
is there a way, like, do you guys use shared docs or anything like that where you can, like, when I was at the township, we would have like a brainstorming thing that would be something like this.
Yeah.
And it would be just this shared document and everybody just went in it. It was a little bit of chaos,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everybody would just like today's ideas, and you would just start with just kind of like this sort of brainstorming list.
Yeah.
That was shared with everyone. And then when you actually had a sit down, you'd kind of, usually someone would like pick off the duplicates or whatever was there, but sort of like break it down. And then you sort of have a place to go, because if we don't like circle back to this
well, this is my idea.
sooner than later, I'm
This
afraid
video
it might lose its
Should be
steam.
played in January. of
Right,
next
I was
year.
gonna
Yeah.
say, I didn't write anything
Everybody
down,
can,
that's a
you
lot of
know.
good ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause there's, yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of list of things, but just rewatching this next year in January, everything else will start coming back too. But you, like the Google Docs, it's like. we talked
Yeah,
about,
we had
sure.
it, yeah, we had like a, on the server thing, that
Yeah.
was, but yeah, something like that, and then you're all just kind of splat, and then when you think of something, cause you see it in,
Yeah.
where the heck, Dansville. You can add it.
Yep.
You know, when you're just off the cuff thinking about it or whatever.
So we were able to get a good band, but we really need to get the band secured that we want
Yeah.
for next year. No, not December.
Yeah,
It has to be soon, because if not, I mean, we tried to do Star Farm. And they'd already, a lot of the big bands definitely will be booked up a year in advance. So we know our date, and so I think that's one thing we do need to do before too long if you want to have some.
At least by next month, we should be really having that idea.
Do we, do I need to say what my bill amount was? That I email?
no, that's your fill off for the.
I didn't know if we needed it, so everybody knew. Okay.
Or we could say what it is,
Well,
but
I don't remember.
I don't think we have to
I
vote
think
on it.
at our next meeting, give enough time to figure out exactly where we're at, what we spent, what we brought in, and what we end up losing from the thing and what we need to do to make it even better for the next time we do this. Because there's gotta be a way that we can get more people into the area, be a little bit, because we did put this together relatively quick with only meeting one time a month, and we couldn't even meet beforehand. I mean, we put it together pretty quick. Overall, I think it went good, but there's a lot of room of improvement, you know? And I think the way we started is just utilizing that tent for everybody. And
I like
let
that.
people know that rain or shine, it's gonna go. We got a tent, so people can come down for the pancake breakfast. Utilize that thing. If we're gonna spend all that money, let's utilize it. Let's do it. You know, and like Gail was saying, we can get sponsors, we can do this, but
And
utilize that thing for the whole thing.
The thing about the sponsor thing too came up, I heard, like, I just wrote a check, why are you here for, you know what I mean, like, the businesses that don't know, there are a few of them, and I used to get confused with Looking Glass and one other group. If it's more of a joint effort, so it is, would you like to sponsor this event, which is Summerfest? And so it's one, sure, yes, I'll give $500 to this whole dang thing, just one check, one time. Actually, Clint that is leasing our building, he said that. I thought I just gave money for this, and then they're back for this, and he's thinking they're all the same. You know what I mean? They're one in the same. So he's confused because he doesn't know, and we're hammering businesses over and over again. But if it's one group,
So Greg and I came along. You know, I'm gonna tell a story. You remember this story? Where they all put money all in the same pot. And then they divided it back out, and it did not work out
but
very
what if
pretty.
you're just
And
like,
I thought they were gonna get in a fistful fight. We were pretty much early on, and I thought, what the heck are we getting into?
why
so-
couldn't you though, like have Summerfest corporate sponsor that sponsors
I,
just the things you're partnering on?
right, I think you have certain things that you put in the pot.
So like
And
I'm gonna
sponsorship might be
sponsor
one of them.
pancake.
But it's like, we still collect our donations for the pancake breakfast and stuff like that. You might jointly do like porta potties. You might
Yes,
jointly do the tables. We pick the things that we can jointly do. But we all still have ownership in some of it. I think that's where they went awry. They all put it in one pot.
Oh,
And then what happened is so some people were spending more money on it. They didn't care. It was a big pot. And they were getting 25% of it at the end. And it didn't put out for me.
yeah, I can't imagine.
No.
But I'm just wondering if you could do corporate sponsors for just certain things.
No, I
Just
know that's what,
certain-
yeah.
Just a little
So
bit
you're
of
saying
it.
everything went into a pot,
Yep, it was a working together
Okay,
pot.
but it was to benefit the town And people were getting upset because they weren't getting enough money or.
Each organization felt like that they put more in the pot and was only getting 25 back. It was like all went, like, let's say the LBCA put on pancake breakfast and they put $10,000 in the pot. And then there was a car show and they put 5,000 in the pot. At the end, it all split 25% and you got back.
Equally.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And some people did more work than others. It just was not, and we were early on and I thought, what the heck am I getting into?
but if we all.
But that
Yeah.
makes sense that
Yeah.
that would possibly.
But
turn
I
out
think
that
it's
way.
more of a, do the joint things that make sense.
Say you have the tent, the porta potties, the this, the that, you need
Then it-
$3,000. Okay, you split up, try to find 6 or 12 sponsors for just that. Like, if you had it planned ahead enough.
I think you could put together a budget, you see what we need, and I think you go down the line by line, which would make sense to do that way,
Mhm.
but the pooling of money became a problem. And it was not, it really broke apart and it would hurt for a while.
I know if we were to do it for Winterfest, pancake breakfast, and workshop that money out
Yeah.
for the fest, that would jeopardize that.
All right, well, I think this gives us something to think about for our next meeting. And we go from there. I mean, like Amanda was saying, Kim was saying everything, we just got ideas that we go now. And we just lightly touch on it, and I think you're right, we should try to get going on, if we want, think about it, do we want to scare like a band like Star Farm, or do we want to stay? The Star Farm is gonna be what, I don't even know, $4
I mean,
grand?
honestly,
It's 4,000.
you're still, when people are drinking, I don't think that it matters that they're, I mean, I understand that they're bringing people from other towns in and they have a following. But like, any band, any
Well,
live band, when somebody's
I'll
drinking.
be honest, I've heard of Star Farm. I've never heard of Global Village, and I thought they were amazing.
And I'm gonna tell you, everybody else did, I mean, they
They
said,
are.
oh.
I
they
never-
just
I never heard
pulled
of-
Up your, I'm like, they all just said, so I do feel like that little bit of extra money that we paid for them was well. worth it.
I do think that, like, Star Farm is huge. I mean, they have a following,
Yeah.
like, people go
Yeah.
to, and wherever they are at, they go, like, and it's a bigger group too. I mean, I have my second cousin follows them everywhere. And she goes
Wow.
everywhere they
Yeah,
go,
they have a
so.
huge volume, absolutely.
So you're thinking if we don't do something like a big band, then we're just gonna.
I think it's
just
important
Lynchburg people.
To
yeah.
have a big band on our banner with every other activity, it's gonna actually get us,
Seems like $4,000 is a bit steep.
it is.
Where
Yeah,
we're,
they
where
are
we're
pretty
at.
big.
No.
Yeah, I mean.
I
they sound like
personally, I would go with
20.
Global Village again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
would
in
see
a heartbeat,
Yeah.
and I'd like to lock them in, cause I feel like that we didn't get a lot of people, but we got enough that talked about them. That I think next year, people would come because they. heard
Everybody
about
did
it.
talk about them.
Yeah, they're.
And if you keep that consistency, maybe they'll always kind of like remember
And
that.
I think we get the kids for free again,
Definitely.
because I really feel like the kids they were amazing, that whole, they only did tip, and people were going up and tipping them right and left.
That's
I gave them $40.
I saw that
kids-
video, I
the
think.
kids-
Yeah, I just right and
I
left, people
saw
were
it.
coming up and
Yeah.
giving my money.
Yeah. So I feel like we have like, I feel like we learned a lot. I feel like we did awful, like we didn't only make $200.
That's what I'm saying. We just, next year, I think, and I still think, even for the Winterfest. I feel that if people go around and they got a chance to win money and they know where that money is going back into to support the community, the Lions Club. They know what's going back into the Lions Club to help with the things that they do. I think people would really eat up buying raffle tickets.
I think the Winterfest, really the social district will, I think that'll.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, especially in
love
the
that.
evening,
Yeah,
I
it's
just-
a good idea,
Yeah,
too.
I just think that's really gonna.
One
Bring it up.
of our things is to put a pop-up movie, and Jen said she's agreed it, the dance team are gonna put it on so that people can go over to the bars and drink and have their kids
Kids at the.
watching a movie.
We actually thought about having a movie, at Summerfest, we talked about in the office, like running a movie down here. But it was just kind of like, do we do it? Like, is that gonna work, or is there gonna be nobody there and we have to stand there and watch the kids movie? But if we put it up, down to town, I mean, like right after the bounce, like the kids stuff, put a movie over there. While the bands are going and stuff.
Can you change that map to where it's not just like, for just the music in the park for the social district?
We can amend it no matter.
To where you can do it like forever. Cause I think that makes sense. People would love that. To go
Well,
get
yeah,
drinks
there
and then
was-
walk down there and.
Yeah,
watch a
I
movie.
mean, it's just deciding to do it,
Yeah,
Will the Packer Park be ready next year?
yes. The Pine Park's supposed to be starting next.
I've already know it is. I gotta help bring
Okay, the-
pull some in.
he was gonna do it, and then he's like, I don't want it to be a money mess during
Mhm.
so he pushed it off. But yes, we have everything in the garage. Wait. To be put
I mean,
in,
it's just another option that
yeah, something to do.
tends
Yeah.
to houses may move over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a little bit off the.
and it keeps.
When it's
keep
raised
people
up,
around.
people will see it too.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the cornhole tournament there, buy another set of the cornholes for next year and put that in there and. You have two
You can just
boards.
borrow too. Don't even have to buy them. Everybody.
Right, but I mean, I think they're,
Yeah.
he's laid out for two, so
Yep.
eventually they're gonna put another, the DDA was gonna put another set in. And then you have a shuffleboard tournament, let's put a shuffleboard.
There'll be a lot of
Everybody do
things for
anytime.
people to do. that-
yeah,
Yeah, more things.
anytime.
Oh,
Hey, we could do a hot air balloon ride. We could raffle that off right down there from the park. I can get the remix balloon. There you go.
Oh, sweet. Did anybody have anything else?
That's a good idea.
I'd just like to thank Mike for all his.
That was,
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
sorry I wasn't down there. Yeah, I feel bad now. Very sad.
Kim did the most out of it.
She was there the whole time.
She sure did.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
I literally
Yeah.
Friday worked, then I went and did all the social district, because we had to hang everything for the social district, and I never went home until after the concert. Then Saturday came, flipped pancakes, and didn't go home till 2 o'clock in the morning. Cause my daughter dragged me over to Tanks.
Yeah,
yeah,
And her husband wasn't ready to go home.
Yeah. Then he left me, I was like, oh, hey. She's like, no, you gotta stay. I'm like, really?
All right, anything else? All good? 7:15?
So if anybody thinks of anything, jot it down, piece of paper, bring it with you.
When we have a LBCA meeting, August 6th, so
Bring it with us, Baron.
that'll be on our agenda.
When did us lose?
What is the Winterfest meetings again? I know, I'm
Winterfest
on
meeting is
it.
this Wednesday at.
Oh,
at
no.
Thanks.
Oh, that's fun.
Talked about this already.
I think
To be able to have a tally for.
Oh.
Yes, I have Winterfest at 6 o'clock.
I'm just a lonely guy.
I mean, I've heard of all of that, but that's right.
I remember that conversation, and then we'll.
Or whatever you said.
Okay.